acknowledge it.
In fact, there was a great example in this book. One of the best examples in the book. I think it was it was in this book where he was talking about this woman who she went to go visit her husband at work and she didn't really respect him. And then she sees him, she has to wait to like get in because he's an important guy at this job that he's at. And she sees he's got this young, attractive secretary, and not that is, but that this woman respects him, thinks he's the boss. He's got all these older guys that are older than him that are coming up to him and treating him like the boss, like respecting him like he's an authority. And she was like, I guess she went to her car and cried or whatever because she was like, she was realizing that at home she's treating him like a little kid. She's disrespecting him, and here, like in the rest of the world, this man is a well-respected man. Like he's a competent guy, and so the problem was not him; it was her view. She decided to view him that way,
right? Because she thought she lost the respect for him, and that he did something to lose it, and so she treated him that way,
right?
But then she got to see that there are people who respect him, right, and treat him with respect.
And I think not to justify affairs or whatnot, and he was talking about that too, but I think there are a lot of guys can relate to feeling like, what the heck? In the rest of the world, people respect me. People value me. I make money. I do these things. Like I'm treated like a decent human being and a respectable person. And I'm competent. But then I go home and where I'm supposed to be respected the most, where I'm my partner, she treats me like a kid. She treats me like I'm a joke. You know what I mean? Like that's so insulting. And that's why a lot of guys are like, they get drawn in by some woman because
it's
there's like
justification.
It's not justification, but I'm just saying
it's not a secret that is why a lot of men cheat and they cheat with a woman. And a lot of times they cheat with a woman that's lesser than the woman that he was with, but it's strictly because a lot of the times that she respects him.
Right. And we could go the other way.
And I've been cheated on by a man I didn't respect the man that I was with that cheated on me. And I'm sure that the person he cheated on respected him more than I did.
Right.
But it's like, and so I can see the point of view, right? Yeah. Like it's not okay.
No.
Like, and I didn't intentionally disrespect him. He wasn't stepping up to be the man that I needed. And so I had to be the man. So that made me lose some respect for him, obviously. And sometimes, like we're going to talk about in the book, and we've talked about a little bit, is that you're just not allowing him to be the man.
Right, exactly.
But sometimes he just cannot be the man that you need to be. And that's why I said, if you don't respect this man, and I should have left even before he cheated on me because I did not respect him.
Right, exactly.
And so that's why I'm saying that if you're in a position where you're dating and you don't respect the man you're with, for whatever reason, like it's not going to be fixed. Like I said, did I know back then that I should have gave him responsibilities and see what he did with it? Yeah, I didn't know that. I should have done that. But also at the same time, from the perspective of me knowing that situation, I genuinely don't think he could have ever been the man that I needed as a woman.
Right.
He obviously was the man that woman needed because he ended up being with the woman he cheated on me with. But I know what you're saying had to have been true because I didn't respect him.
Yeah.
And so he obviously had to go try to find somebody that respected him more than I did.
Yeah. And likewise, when women cheat, almost always the number one reason women cite is that their emotional needs weren't being met. And a lot of guys are like, oh, that's an excuse that women use. Okay, I get it, but you could say the same thing about the excuse that men use. But the point is that she felt unloved.
Right.
She finds a guy that starts romancing her and treating her like a woman and making her feel these feelings she didn't feel before because now she feels like she's beautiful and she's worthy and she's got some guy's attention, and that's how she gets drawn in. Right. Right. So just saying.
Which we're not condoning cheating in any capacity. If you don't feel respected and you don't feel loved to the point of you're going to go cheat, you should leave.
Yeah, or read this book together.
Or read the book.
Together would be good. So
together. But it is questionable.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It's definitely geared more towards women trying to fix the relationship, which also is another aspect that, you and I have talked about, and you feel like it's men's responsibility to lead the relationship in the right way. And I agree, because you can't be a leader and the authority if you're not taking the responsibility. However, this book, I feel like, definitely paints women as the responsible party to take action first, which I'm not saying that women shouldn't stop being disrespectful. They should, regardless. Like you said, with anybody. Everybody deserves respect off the bat. And the second you're disrespectful, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
Even if somebody hurts you, even if something happens, if you stoop to a level where you change your standards of who you are, you're doing something wrong.
And I think, the reason why, and we talked about this before too, but that Dr. Emerson did this way where he put the emphasis more on women was because, at least within the church community, the idea of Ephesians, of a man needs to love his wife like Christ loved the church. That message has been spread far and wide. People understand that, but the respect part has never really been talked about. And so that's why he made the emphasis on that, because he was like, okay, well, I mean, everyone's already heard the love
that makes
part.
Sense.
But it still is, I still think that it's the man's response. And also the other thing about it is who reads these books. Let's be honest.
Right.
Women read these books. Men don't read these books, right?
Men read more books.
If you find a man that's reading books on relationship,
wife him up.
yeah.
Better than